So the veil has dropped in the last 24 hours with the mainstream media pretty much coming out saying that the Afrikaners fleeing South Africa are fake refugees. Google is saying that UFC middleweight champion of the world Dricus du Plessis is not even African because he is of European descent. And the Democratic Party and the minions that follow them have finally found a refugee that they don't like because of the colour of their skin. Before we get into it, if you can do me a favour, if you could like the video and subscribe, I'd really appreciate that. Cheers. So here we have a mainstream outlet here in Ireland, Newstalk FM. Huge radio show, huge presence online, huge in the realm of cultural Marxism. These are people that wanted the Irish people hoarded into camps during the pandemic. These are the same people that want to see you excommunicated, lose your job, and even imprisoned for holding a view that Ireland is for Irish people. Anyhow, yesterday we saw the news that the first refugees arrived in America from South Africa, and Newstalk chose to take this route to tell us about this news. They said that 49 Afrikaner refugees head to the US today under the program initiated by Donald Trump. In February 2025, President Trump described the white South Africans as a victim of racial discrimination and offered a resettlement in the USA in an executive order. Now, I don't know whether you can see it, but a lot of people saw it yesterday, and so did I, that they chose to put the word refugees in quotations, as if to say, okay, they're refugees. They're not really refugees in the eyes of the left-leaning legacy media if they're not black and if they're not coming to destroy your town and, you know, attack your women and stuff like that. If they're coming to maybe wave the flag of the country that's giving them refuge, if they're coming to maybe set up a new life and start working and providing and paying tax, then obviously they're fake refugees. And racial discrimination, in quotations, again, absolutely vile and disgusting. And I saw this really great post in response to that from this Twitter user here. He says, curious how Newstalk has made an exception on how to use the word refugees. A quick search in the screenshot shows that Newstalk do not use a single quotation around the word, except for when it comes to Afrikaners. Why? Great question. Obvious answer. They're white. This is anti-white rhetoric. This is literally just a built-in system. It's pointless even talking about it anymore. I guess we can point it out in the hopes that something might happen to kind of revert back to being normal. But as you can see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 headlines talking about refugees coming to Ireland and that the Irish people are vile racists who need to go to prison if they don't welcome them, and never once did they use the refugees in quotations as they do for the 49 Afrikaners. Absolutely disgusting, vile, and these people are allowed to do this without any punitive measures. Obviously this is a pushback to Donald Trump. All the legacy media outlets are triggered by him. But as I said, this is a built-in rhetoric into very malleable minds, and they're going to keep pushing this rhetoric because they get away with it. Trump isn't liking it though, and he's pushing back, and for all his flaws, he is doing good work when it comes to the white people in South Africa and telling the truth, as we saw here yesterday.
We don't want to see people be killed. Now, South Africa leadership is coming to see me, I understand, sometime next week. And, we're supposed to have I guess a G20 meeting there or something, but we're having a G20 meeting. I don't know how we can go unless that situation's taken care of, but it's a genocide that's taking place that you people don't want to write about, but it's a terrible thing that's taking place, and farmers are being killed. They happen to be white, but whether they're white or black makes no difference to me, but white farmers are being brutally killed, and their land is being confiscated in South Africa, and the newspapers and the media, television media, doesn't even talk about it. If it were the other way around, they'd talk about it. That would be the only story they'd talk about. And I don't care who they are. I don't care about their race, their color. I don't care about their height, their weight. I don't care about anything. I just know that what's happening is terrible. I have people that live in South Africa. They say it's a terrible situation taking place. So we've essentially extended citizenship to those people to escape from that violence and come.
It's a genocide perpetrated on white farmers who are having their lives wiped out en masse, their land being confiscated, and the media don't choose to speak about it. They're the words that Donald Trump said in this particular press conference yesterday. And I don't really see anyone else in the political sphere talking in these terms. There was a stage a couple of months ago when he first initiated these punitive measures on South Africa for what they are doing to the white farmers, and a lot of people got their knickers in a twist in terms of him not saying the word white. Well, not only did he say the word white here over and over again, he also said the word genocide. And he also talked about land confiscation. And probably the most important factor here is the fact that mainstream media will not talk about it. So it's no wonder that we see Irish and just mainstream legacies in general pushing back on this rhetoric and using terminology like refugees in quotations, as if to say these people aren't seeking refuge, only brown people can. And that was the take from the Democratic Party yesterday as well. We had Democratic senators coming right out straight away yesterday. The veil, as I said, dropped and couldn't understand what was going on when they saw white people entering the state waving American flags. Usually it's face coverings, fighting age army men en masse from the Middle East who absolutely hate everything got to do with Western society and blame not only America but anybody with white skin for the absolute decimation of their homeland. And again, these are very uneducated people who just need to have a little look around the Middle East and look to a very small little country that controls Western society, and you will realize exactly who it is that initiated and perpetrated the elimination of your people for their own purposes. I actually saw a video last year of a Middle Eastern refugee here in Ireland, and he was like screaming in the face of an Irish person, but he thought we were American, and he was calling us Irish people Americans. You Americans did this and you Americans did that. They don't even know where they are. They just see a white face and think, okay, we have to take over here. We have to eliminate these people. And the scary thing is the governments that are supposed to work for the people of given Western countries actually want it. So there's no way on earth that you can say that this is a mistake and this multiculturalism is a plan that just got away from them. It's on purpose. They hate you because of the colour of your skin. And if you're anyway nationalistic or patriotic, they hate you even more. So there was a lot of buzz around the South African topic yesterday. It was trending over on X. And wouldn't you know, Dricus du Plessis, the UFC middleweight champion of the world, got dragged into this fiasco. Cernovich here says that Dricus du Plessis was born and raised in Africa. According to Google, he can never be African. He's of European descent and is, in quotations again, representing Africa. But he can't be African, the left says. Now, I agree to that sentiment in certain terms, which I've covered here before. If you come to Ireland as a refugee from the Middle East or South Africa or America, wherever it is, if you're a white American seeking refuge here in Ireland and you come here and you have a kid, I don't believe them kids are Irish. I believe they're American. I believe that you're coming into the country seeking refuge. You can't become Irish. That's what I believe. That's slightly contradictory in terms of Dricus du Plessis. His family went to a foreign nation hundreds of years ago. Didn't seek refuge there, actually went there and built it into beautiful infrastructure, beautiful cities, of course, which was taken off of them by Marxists back in the 90s, accommodated by Western society, trying to be virtuous. Look where that got them. So I think that there is a difference there, and I think that we can say that Dricus du Plessis and his family and all these Afrikaners are not only African, but they have built South Africa, which makes a huge difference in terms of wording. And here we see the quotations that it's representing Africa. The current UFC middleweight champion, Dricus du Plessis, is a South African professional mixed martial arts artist who is of European descent. He is considered a champion representing the African continent, and he lives and trains in that continent. That's an extremely interesting way for a Google AI to respond to who exactly Dricus du Plessis is. He is considered a champion representing this country. Look across media, especially here like in Ireland, where you see these people who have sought refuge here just in the last 10 years, and now they're running in the Olympics or in the World Championship for Ireland. And the Irish people are so simped, they're on their knees crying when these like African people fail to win a race. And when Irish people with red hair and freckles actually do win a race, or when they win a gold medal in whatever chosen field they happen to be in, they don't get any praise. That's how simped this place is. And of course, you know, the Africans that are representing Ireland are completely Irish. Pathetic. And to get a feel for how people feel about the Afrikaners being refugees or Dricus du Plessis being a South African champion, you just go into the comment section of someone like Gayton McKenzie. He's the Minister for Sport, Arts and Culture in the Republic of South Africa. This guy has put his backing behind Dricus du Plessis and has felt the full brunt of South African racists come after him because of that. And as I said, when he offers support to Dricus du Plessis, look at the comment section. Dricus is unpatriotic in both his actions and statements. He continues to spread misinformation about South Africa, which is both irresponsible and damaging. His values align more with Trump. Perhaps that's where he truly belongs. He's definitely not our champ. This is just one of many. This McKenzie lad is literally battered in every comment section when he promotes Dricus du Plessis. Absolutely vile and pathetic. So there you have it. We're in a position now where we have the first refugees landing in America from South Africa. You absolutely love to see it. And the acknowledgement from Donald Trump to the white farmers of South Africa is absolutely beautiful to see as well. And what we need now is for him to bolster his stance, continue to push back against legacy media who don't want to speak about it, continue to bring in refugees that actually want to leave, and probably more importantly, start working on mechanisms for the people who want to stay and fight in South Africa, because that is their land, their homeland, and they don't want to leave because of a Marxist government who are racially fueling and funding these attacks on white farms. So maybe a mechanism to support the farmers who don't want to leave, to support the white indigenous Afrikaners of South Africa and help them defend themselves and protect themselves from a despotic government. That would be great. If any of that made sense, do me a favour, hit like, subscribe and share. And if you want to support the channel, you can jump into the members and click like. You can become a Patreon. You can buy me a coffee. Every little helps. Cheers.